Hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponticate Poster, and I have a special guest with me today.
Hello.
Want to introduce yourself?
I will. This is Actus Rhesus.
And we're back in the Hinterlands. Right now we're taking care of the other part of that quest. We're taking out the apostate's headquarters now. So, just beating the shit out of some people randomly. God, I love that power.
So this is my console ignorance speaking because I run this on a PC, but are you limited to only 3 hotkeys?
No. You can see in the lower right-hand corner, you do it with buttons. So it's just a combination of buttons. I have access to the full 8 powers and everything like that. So, no, there's really no limitations, and a lot of people who have played on PC say they actually prefer using a gamepad because it seemed to be mapped with that in mind.
Interesting. Yeah, one of the complaints that I've heard from a lot of people who are more used to PC gaming is that they've kind of tailored down the number of abilities that you can have hotkeyed on the PC, largely because it was kind of designed with console gaming in mind. So previous RPGs, you could have upwards of 20 things hotkeyed depending on how fast you are with a keyboard, or if you're lucky and using a gaming mouse like I do, you could get a lot of quick taps there. But this one seems to have scaled it down a little bit.
Yeah. This guy had like a shitload of XP. I don't know what was going on with him. It took forever to kill him. But once we clear this out, then the random mages will also stop spawning in number in Hinterlands, so it will make the area much more navigable.
The King's Road should be safer, at least for the time being.
And we get a unique staff. Slap that on Solus at our first opportunity. And up here, a Vitar, which is sort of a helmet for Kunari. There's only one helmet for a Kunari, and it's for a character, so there's no equipping anything otherwise. And I put this in because I don't know what the fuck happened here. Random floating fireball.
I assume you've heard about Prince Sebastian, Varric.
I know.
Odd bugs in a BioWare game say it ain't so.
Blame me for that too?
I wasn't trying to...
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
I thought you might be concerned. It is your home.
Of course I'm concerned. I don't need you prodding me with a stick to prove it.
Little banter there. We're back in the outskirts where we started Hinterlands when you first load in. And this is kind of a weird area. You're usually level 3 or so, and if you go off to this point, there's sometimes bandits that are level 8, and they will wreck your shit.
Hinterlands in general is very explore at your own peril. There's a lot of areas where you can run into some surprisingly high-level mobs and rifts if you're not careful. Have you done the herd, the yak-like creature thing yet?
No, I will probably try and attempt that. We're just doing random goat murder here for one of the quests that
that's one of those quests that it's in theory a low-level go herd the goat thing quest, but if you're not careful, you can stumble into a very, very high-level rift and wipe very quickly.
This is where we were going to pick up our first
Druffalo, that's what they're called, sorry.
Yes, first recruitable agent. So we talked to this feller,
hasn't reported back.
and he says that his friend is missing.
I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
So we do some traipsing up over in a further way off in the corner area.
Templar deserters?
And we find Ritz in a bit of a pickle with some Templars. But they're no problem. I've never fucked up bad enough that Ritz dies. I don't even know if she can.
If not for you.
I don't think she can. Or I've just never fucked up that badly either.
I should probably report.
Now on CSI Hinterlands. Let's investigate.
It looks like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have
She's
been
not
using
acting
for
suspicious at all.
blood magic.
No.
This is a mage.
Eldreda,
I'm so smart.
I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other apostates call her that. The Templars attacked the apostate. I suppose I just got caught in the middle. So,
Fucking controls.
I may have been, passing time with Eldreda.
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
That didn't take long.
I take it the Templars interrupted your very friendly picnic.
No, that's what they're calling it these days.
Yes. At first she was just a mage who saw me and didn't attack, but later we... So, are you going to report me?
And we'll get Varric to handle her.
Look, kid, if you can talk an apostate out of her pants...
As a general rule, when you get options asking a party member what they think about the situation, it's a great way to get some free
Help the Inquisition do that?
Approval.
approval. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
All right. I can do that. And...
Sounds like you have goons and platoons in the background there.
No, that would be my child requesting more fruit snacks. She's not going to get them.
Oh no. Alright, and then we return to the fellow here and make him happy. So Ritz is an agent, and when you recruit an agent in the field, they will fit into different categories of the Inquisition level, more or less. We'll be taking a look at that in just a second in the video. But they'll count towards requirements for unlocking different perks. And this cabin requires Deft Hands Find Tools, which is a secrets perk, and one of the better ones to unlock early, because if you wait, by the time you get back to the areas that you've been in, the items are all shit. So that's a good one to unlock as quickly as possible.
Here you're trying to bring order
And we
back.
finally meet Horse-Master
Someone
Dennet.
did. Never thought it'd be a Hallow from the Wildlands, though. Name's Dennet. I served our Leman for 30 years as Horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment.
Subtle
Can't
racism.
just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
And I call him on it.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
Dennet's horse goes just a little bit faster through the alienage.
Hallow Rider. Those Hallow are damn majestic beasts. I'll give my right arm to ride one. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neg they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
And we're going to round his house and steal shit, because that's what we do. Go upstairs and get the most important codex entry after I get stuck on the stairs. Yes, Hard in Hightown. So you can actually find chapters of Varric's book scattered about. And I believe there are 9 chapters to collect. I could be wrong about that number, though.
Sounds about right, and they are much better written than 50 Shades of Grey.
That's not saying much.
It is not. I would probably actually read Varric's book if it existed.
They should make them. I would if they were like $5, I'd totally buy one.
And later on, you learn that one of your friends is also a big fan of Varric's books.
It's true. I got confused here. I'm like, I know it's on a shelf. Oh, there's a shelf. Is that the right shelf? No, that wasn't the right fucking shelf. This is the shelf. And another set of collectibles, the bottles of Thetis. Basically, you run around the world and pick up booze, which I'm all for.
That is one of the gather quests that I just gave up on because there's just too freaking many of them.
You, Inquisition.
There's 29. That's a lot. And go over here to the actual stables and pick up our horse, which will complete the quest. Now, mounts are...
Shitastic.
Yeah, they were a good idea, but not well implemented. They, even at a full gallop, you barely go faster than running. Your party disappears, there's no party banter, and you can't search for items when you're on mounted. I don't want to say horseback, but you can get things other than horses. So that was just a demonstration. Won't be using a mount at all.
You also get the option to do some fun little mounted races. Do not.
Which I skipped.
You were wise. I was not wise. I kept convincing myself that perhaps the end state of these race quests was to give me a mount that didn't suck. It gives you like 1 power point and is a huge time suck. If you really, really like running around on your horsey because it's pretty and you like it, knock yourself out. But if you think it's actually going to be a worthwhile quest reward, no, not so much.
Braun here tells us we have to put up some watchtowers, and we have to, after we hit the markers on the map, we have to go back to the war table. I'm cutting out the running around completely because
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
And now we're going to go commit dog murder.
These must be the wolves Elena spoke
Though there has been a surprising lack of rat murder in this game.
Yes,
The obligatory
no
level 1
giant
rat
rats.
fight.
Oh God, they cheated us. Gets real fun with the physics on those things.
Also, no Mabaris this time around.
No,
At
there
least
are
none for
Mabari.
you. None for you.
Oh well, none is a companion.
It's the best companion ever.
Dog. You always name dog shithead. Always.
I named mine Cuddles. Giant angry Mabari named Cuddles.
that cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.
Wolf Hollow. I wonder what could be in here.
Not wolves.
A demon!
What a surprise.
Falling back!
I thought that the demon was dead, but it teleported and reappeared.
The farmers could be safe from the wolves.
I expect the wolves are also pleased to be freed from the demon's control.
Do you use tactical camera at all?
Not too much.
The teleporting demons is one time where it's actually fairly handy because it does give you that bird's eye view of the whole fight so you can see, oh wait, it's not dead, it's over there.
It's popping up.
I don't use it a whole lot myself, mostly because my first main playthrough was with the thoroughly invincible Knight Enchanter, so there was really no need to.
No reason. This little area up here has some loot, and there's this particularly bitchy chest. It's well hidden over in this bush. Bonk. So, you wouldn't know about it unless you use your search function religiously.
That's one thing that's actually fairly easy to do on the PC keyboard. If you're doing your WASD moving, it's not that hard to just keep periodically hitting V with your thumb.
Yeah, and it's the left stick on PS4, so you'll see me pulse it a lot. Sometimes inadvertently, because I've been playing multiplayer. And that's how you sprint. But in single player, there is no sprint. Head down to the basement in Haven here for a lore dump. So people had been talking in the thread about how they wanted some lore. Well, here you go. Discussing the founding of the Chantry. Basically the fantasy equivalent of the Catholic Church. Over here is the hierarchy, which isn't very important. The divine is the Pope. The
female Pope. Popette.
The Popette. Grand clerics, I guess, would be the equivalent of cardinals. And the mothers would be more along the line of bishops. Nothing very exciting.
I guess that makes the Chancellor's nuns.
Maybe. Now this, you have to be a rogue to open these doors down here. If you are not a rogue, you can get Varric to do it. Or another character that is a rogue that we'll be recruiting in a bit. So don't panic. Oh, I guess suppose. I never go that way, so... Yeah.
Yeah, that character is...
Late edition.
Yeah.
Disciples of Andraste, these were the nutty dragon people in Haven in Origins. So this kind of explains a little bit about them.
Now here's a fun question, since we're talking about Haven and Origins. If you did end up with a certain person dying in that mission, do they explain how they suddenly become a major character in this game, or is it just kind of like...
Yes, it absolutely is. Andraste, she's the big sort of Jesus figure. This is fairly important to all of the lore. Gives a little bit on her background. Yeah, no, we can talk about Liliana because we've already been there. So,
oh, fabulous.
If you, in your keep state, if you chose that you gank Liliana in Origins and you ask her about it in Haven, she basically says, yeah, I was dead and then I woke up, because I guess that's what happens if you murder somebody next to a relic with supernatural healing properties. It resurrected her. So it is explained in-game, which is kind of neat. They didn't just say...
Well, that's good.
Nothing, everything's fine, no, you didn't do anything. So it is covered in-game. I didn't use that particular option on this playthrough, but yes, it will all be explained.
Deus Ex Machina, but I guess I can give them a pass on that.
Exactly. I don't know if they had this as an end goal or somebody at BioWare got drunk and forgot that you could kill Liliana in Origins. Free stuff. And this, the Black City. So, basically, as far as Théoden history goes, the Black City was where God, the Maker, lived. And Tevinter was a very powerful magic-using society. And a bunch of them decided they were going to get together and break in. Well, all that did was fuck everything up. They opened a rift into the Veil, went into the Fade physically, went to the Black City, and by them going there, they corrupted it, which caused them to become blighted and started the whole Darkspawn and Blight thing. So that's a very important piece of history.
Pretty much everything wrong in Thedas can be traced to one of two sources: mages, Tevinter, or both simultaneously.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, not all. Well, you get a little more on Tevinter lore after you get a certain character.
That room was empty. I opened the wrong door. This one is not. Just some codex entries.
And it's kind of unfortunate. You know, typically play a mage and typically play a fairly pro-mage mage. And you get on the path of, yes, mages should be free. Freedom for mages. And then they do something fucking stupid that makes you look like an asshole for defending them.
You're like, okay, maybe not all mages. Yes, that seems to be an ongoing. Of course, every, and common to BioWare games, everybody but the player character is a fucking idiot. I mean,
That
you
too.
give them a little bit of power, a little bit of anything, and they just seem to go completely bug shit with it. So, now I left this in here because I wanted to show poor engineering. Our elf is shorter than most people, and this brazier, yeah, you bang your head on it. If you're a Kunari, God help you, because it's like all glowing coals right in the face. Back at the war table, we are going to take care of Bronze side mission. And here are the Inquisition perks. We now have enough influence to actually pick one up. Different types, basically. Forces, Cullen, Secrets, Liliana, Connections, Josephine, and just General Inquisition.
Take what I can find.
These first ones, the knowledge, perks, history, underworld, things like that, they become pretty useful really quickly. You get extra dialogue options for them. And then any agent that you recruit, so for example, when we recruited Ritz, she goes into secrets and gives us 1 point in secrets that we didn't have to pay to unlock, basically. So it's always worth your while to pick up agents where you can. And we're taking history because we get a lot of codex entries early, and so it'll help you level up faster. And as we can now see, the war table from our 1 marker last time is now quite full. And this isn't even... This is minimalist. We end up with tons of stuff. You can choose an advisor to handle a problem. If, like, for example, Liliana doesn't do this, we can either use Josephine or Cullen. And Cullen takes less time, so we'll use him. But it's not always the fastest that's the best. You actually have to read the description and figure out what you're doing. Now, you can cheese this by simply setting your system clock forward. And I did that, but I wanted to try out a bug where when I said that if you used flank attack with the upgrade, it would make you invisible until you did something to break it. Yeah, I didn't break it. I'm invisible at the war table. So we built our watchtowers, and now we can go back to Redcliffe Farms and turn both of those in and recruit Dennet as an agent as well. But yeah, I'm invisible. And then when I came out, I was invisible except for my butt cape. So I kind of
Except for your
broke it.
what?
My butt cape.
Oh, right, yeah.
Head back to the farm, tell Bron we built watchtowers.
They'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
I've built watchtowers in the areas you recommended.
Nicely done. That'll give both your refugees and our farmers some warning next time trouble pays a visit. I'll speak to the...
And one neat little thing is if you go back out into the world where you set up your markers, there are now watchtowers there. Get power for that, power for the other one. It's really not hard to accumulate power.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
All the more reason why you really do not need the 1 power point from doing those 3 stupid horse races.
Exactly.
I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed.
Dealt with them.
Thank you.
You can go tell Dennet we took care of his issues.
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now. You've held up your end of our bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it.
You
We'll
sent
recruit
your
him.
stable hands and your horses to the Inquisition. What about you?
Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again.
And here we could use our history perk by trolling him into joining us, but we'll get Cassandra to browbeat him instead.
Are you Andrastian? This is a matter of faith. The Maker would want the best to join us.
I've heard some things about you lot. Can't say I'm not interested in what it all means. All right, Inquisition.
Well, we've got Dennet, and so we are going to be done for today. Thanks for joining us for Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponica Poster.
And I'm Actress Rhesus.
Check you next time.